Hello, good evening, everybody out there in Facebook land. How are you? It is Well-Being Wednesday, and it is a little bit late, but that's kind of how things go, and we roll with the punches. Here we do here. Kelly and I have had a busy day, and so we wanted to make sure. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Heather. Thank you so much for hopping on. We appreciate that. We are going to talk about 10 easy ways to relieve stress. And some of them you're going to know, and some of them you might be surprised about. And so that is our topic for today. So if you want to know some ways to reduce stress, just hang on. Hey, Beth, how are you? Hey, Kelly, there you are. All righty. We are going to see how this goes. So anyway, it's been a great day. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday, Well-Being Wednesday. Things are going well. So Kelly, it is a black screen. I do not see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
Oh no, I see me. Okay.
You see you, but okay. Do you want me to, how about if
you want me to hop off and you re-invite?
Yeah, let me do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, let's do it this way. Invite Kelly to the broadcast. Hello, Sophia. Thank you for watching. All right, well, Brandon said that he could see you. For some reason, I cannot. So
can you see me now?
No, I still can't see you. But let me check. Let me check with our viewers. Can somebody just drop me a comment that you guys can see Kelly? And we will just go ahead if that's the case, because maybe it's just something with me. Even that's just bizarre.
Been one of the days.
Hey, anybody? Okay, so I'm seeing some likes. So hopefully this is recording and it's not recording the way I see it. Anyway, so Miss Kelly, we are talking about 10 ways to reduce stress pretty easily and efficiently. So do you want to get started with some of the ones that we talked about that are dear to your heart?
Absolutely. So in my former life, I used to teach Lamaze classes. So I found that very rewarding. And one of the stress relievers, one of the ways to kind of get in touch with your body was an exercise called progressive relaxation. And basically what it is purposefully flexing muscles in a certain muscle group, taking a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax a specific muscle group. And you start with your facial muscles, and then your neck muscles, and then your shoulders, and then each arm, all the way down to your toes. Once you go through all of that, you take a deep breath in and flex everything that you possibly can flex, and then as you exhale, relax it completely. And it was amazing because by the time you did that and you were so focused on that, you were like Jello, totally relaxed. So sometimes
that is so cool.
Yeah, just purposefully, flexing a muscle and concentrating on your breathing and relaxing that on purpose can definitely relieve some stress.
Right.
Another one that's near and dear to my heart is yoga. Light yoga, not all this strenuous, hold a pose for 20 hours. Yoga.
Right. That'll cause you more stress, actually, right?
Exactly. But a combination of deep breathing and poses that helps relieve your stress. For some reason, there are a couple of them that are very simple that just make you feel good. And anybody knows when it comes to yoga that you do focus on your breathing and you do focus on your position and your posture and things like that. Kind of similar to the progressive relaxation, except you don't on purpose relax. But it is definitely a stress reliever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and for me, you've mentioned in both of yours something that I think is really important is just deep breathing, just
Mm-hmm.
in general.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you can do anywhere. Like, if you're in traffic and you're stressing because you're late or, whatever's happening in traffic, you can just take some very deep breaths. 3 in and 5 out is what I've heard. And that in and of itself is going to lower your cortisol levels.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that we're telling you about, I didn't mention this. The article that we got most of these from, and we'll put the link down in the comments, after we're done, are scientifically proven to help
Mm-hmm.
with reducing stress. So studies have been made on these different tips to help prove that it does in fact reduce stress. So deep breathing is definitely one that you can do. And I've heard that when you're breathing that deeply, how we have that fight or flight response. And so if you're deep breathing, that sort of reduces your body's reaction to that fight or flight, which is a stress sort of reaction.
Right.
And so it's another reason.
Yeah, when you're stressed out, we have a tendency to hold our breath. So,
Correct.
That's a response to stress. You're like, so
Absolutely.
yeah, and a good practice is, a few times a day, get in check with yourself. Are you really taking a good deep breath? Every now and then, just take a big deep breath. Fill your lungs up.
And I think that I would even add to that, Kelly, is check with yourself throughout the day. And if you are feeling some stress, take an opportunity to take those deep breaths, because the combination of being aware that you're stressed and taking the deep breaths is really going to take you far. Number one, you're becoming aware of kind of how things are affecting you. And that in and of itself is very critical to sort of mastering what's happening with you. And then you add the deep breaths. The other one that I do every morning is meditation. If you can take, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes is optimal to really just silence your mind. And, I've talked about it many times. It's just a really, really great way to get centered and grounded. And basically what you're doing is focusing on your breath or focusing on something that you can pay attention to, but not be consumed by, if you understand what I mean. Like if you're doing it with your eyes open, you might be concentrating on the flame of a candle, or sort of listening to sounds in the house. If there's a clock ticking, it's not intrusive, but it's something that you can kind of focus. And when you're able to do that, your mind is going to start being less focused on thoughts, but obviously it's going to continue. And so as soon as you're aware of your thought, you go back to focusing on whatever you were focusing. And deep breathing, the breath, is a really, really easy way for people who have never done meditation to get started, because it's very easy to come back to that. Your mind is always going to be working. What you're working on is reducing the amount of thoughts that you have by focusing on your breath. But, it's still going to happen. And that's the whole idea, is to get better and better at that.
Right. I like to
Kelly,
think,
what else?
I like to think of meditation as setting your brain back to a default state so that you can tackle things, throughout the day. So yeah, reset.
Absolutely.
Okay. So a couple of things that I really helped me as far as reducing stress. One of them, and a lot of people know about this, is aromatherapy, a way to release stress. Certain scents can spark excitement. Certain scents can relax you. Obviously, one of them is lavender. Lavender is a very calming type of aroma. Some people even use the oils, to relax. So
Is there a chemical? Is that because there's like a chemical reaction that happens when you smell it?
Well, I think some of it also is when you smell certain scents, I think it reacts to certain centers of your brain that
Gotcha.
trigger
Okay.
you to relax.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do oils, but I definitely, you know, when I want to be in a sort of relaxed state, like toward the end of the evening, I always light candles like in my bedroom, and I just love the way the smells make me feel. And so I can definitely see how that would be.
I have to share
way.
this one. I have to share this one with you. And with the holidays coming up, it reminds me of a lot of scents. Like right now, October, pumpkin spice is all over the world. You know, it seems that.
Yep, absolutely.
But the scent, this is funny because the scent I have in my bedroom, it's kind of funny. It's called Toasted Pumpkin Marshmallow. But
oh my,
it's so calming. It to me, it's more like a vanilla type scent. But
gotcha.
And isn't it interesting?
I was thinking it would make me hungry.
Well, and isn't it interesting that certain scents trigger certain memories too? So
sure,
you know, yeah,
absolutely.
I like that too. One of my favorite is listening to music. I'm very I don't know if you call it auditory stimulated or what, but music definitely changes my mood.
Yep.
And so nice calming music. It could be, usually I think when it's like one particular instrument versus a whole symphony, to me, I feel like that's more calming, you know, like a nice guitar or some calming piano or, you know, anything like that seems to kind of calm you.
And you know what's interesting about that is for me, it's not, it wouldn't be about that. Like, so when I play like my favorite music, like I have an artist and I cannot think of her name right now, but whenever I play her CD,
right,
that just makes me feel good. And when I feel good, I can't be stressed.
Is it like Enya? Have you ever heard of Enya? Enya's really
Yeah, no, it is. No, it's not Enya, but yes, I've heard of her. Oh my God. It's gonna make me crazy. I might have to like just run in the kitchen and see who it is. Anyway, I'll put it in the comments.
Right.
I'll put
well,
it in the comments.
Obviously, music does calm me down. I also use music to pep me up and things like that too. But music can definitely help with stress for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you a couple of my last two before, actually my last three, or I'll do two and then we can finish our last one. So one is guided meditation. And, you know, if you go on YouTube, there are lots of guided meditations or guided visualizations, I should say, that will help you to find some stress relief. And if you can think about, you know, closing your eyes and having somebody describe or ask you to think about, you know, a very relaxing setting like a meadow and be able to sort of talk to you about what the flowers look like and how the wind is blowing and, you know, or being out on the beach and, you know, listening to the surf in the ocean. And when you have somebody that kind of guides you through this beautiful place or helps you to come up with one, that in and of itself will definitely help you with stress. So, and what's really nice is that, you know, again, you can use YouTube and there's tons of them out there that you can use for meditation or for visualization. Either one of those would work really well, particularly if you're new to it. So having a guided one is really great.
Right.
Something along those lines is journaling. So write it out. I know that for me, when I am stressed, I've done this on a number of occasions. I will just free flow write everything that's on my head, almost like a brain dump. If you've heard that expression, where you're just basically writing it all out. Whatever you're frustrated about, whatever you're angry about, whatever you're stressed about, just putting all of that, getting it out of your system. And when you do that, I mean, it really does help to get it out. because a lot of times, we just have that working in our head. And until you can kind of do something to stop it, it has a way of creating its own momentum in your mind because of the way that we think and what that triggers, what the stress triggers. So being able to write that and put all of your thoughts related to whatever it is that you're dealing with on paper just really will help.
Absolutely. Okay, well, last but not least,
for you, because I got one more.
Oh, you do? Okay, go for it.
You want me to go for it? Okay.
Okay.
So this is one of my favorite ways to reduce stress, and that is to go out there and get a massage. Because it will actually, from a physical standpoint, loosen up your body. It will be soothing from the experience itself, and it just makes you feel good. And so when you feel good, you can't be stressed. And so for me, that would be a really great one to relieve stress, is to get a massage.
Absolutely.
Which I need to go get one, because I haven't had one in a little while.
We need to schedule. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Need to schedule.
Absolutely.
All right. Last but not least, Yay. One of my favorite ways, and Maytte has one too, is to hang with your pet. Yes, I have a little one. She has a big one.
That is true.
But as far as my experience through my life professionally, I used to work in a hospital with pregnant women that were long-term who had multiple babies in their bellies, trying to keep them growing until it was time to be born. And they were in our unit for a long period of time. I mean, we're talking weeks. And one way that we helped them, not only did we have music therapy, we had a lady come playing a harp in the hallways several times a week, which was really, really cool, except I wanted to fall asleep. I was so relaxed. But the other one, we had pet therapy. So we had trained dogs that would come in their rooms, and they could sit there and talk and visit with the pets.
That is so awesome.
It was really awesome. Plus,
well, if you think about it, there's lots of places like assisted living places, nursing homes, and some of those kind of congregate settings that utilize pet therapy as a way to help relieve stress and help people feel good.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is why we have dogs.
Absolutely. Nama Salama. Come here. Let me show you guys my dog. Come here, Bubby. Right, here he is.
Oh, look at that big baby. And see, look, we're laughing and all that. You can't be sad. You can't be stressed.
Yeah, you definitely can't beat that. Well, Kelly, I'm so sorry that I'm not seeing your face. I hope that when we post this,
well,
I mean, we're hearing,
you can see it then.
I'm hearing your voice, and so I know that part's working. So I am hopeful that Brandon said when he came on that he could see you right before I re-invited you.
Right.
So I'm hopeful.
Me too.
Anyway, it's been nice as always to get together with you. I love that through Facebook.
Yeah, we hope you guys found this helpful, and comment below, what you liked about it, what you got from it. And if there's any subjects you want us to discuss, or you have questions about, or are even curious about what we do to stay so stressless and happy.
There you go.
We'd love to share with you. Anyway,
absolutely.
Have a great night.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, guys.